consider herself deported. So if she would have been deported, 10 years is the worst. It's the worst punishment you can get for that. Like, some people go back and then they meet at the U.S. consulate and they tell them, you can go back in 1 year, you can go back in 6 months, you have to wait 5 years, and the worst is 10 years. And there's the only reason we can think it, we have no actual logical explanation except that she had gone back after she was here because her father fell off the horse and he died. She went back there for his funeral and then she came back. And that's the only thing we don't know definitely. We've gone to Bishop and to Bennett and they've looked into it and said, no, she's banned. You know, there's nothing we can do.
Awful situation.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what the Corroon campaign is going to do about Utah leading the way in energy and in solving our energy problem and in getting us off of our oil dependency here in Utah?
Utah should be a leader in renewable energies and can be. And over the last several years, we've actually lost jobs in the clean energy economy, and while the other states around us have created new additional jobs. We have sun, and we're the second sunniest state in the nation. We have wind power, we have geothermal, we have biomass. I was just up in Logan yesterday. They're looking at using algae at their wastewater treatment plant to create biofuels as well. So we really have all the ability to create a great renewable energy and, frankly, an energy independent state. We're not going to get off our traditional fuels. I mean, we still need coal and oil, and natural gas is another thing that we can really expand on in this state as well. We can turn our fleets into natural gas cars. I was just at a ribbon cutting for a new CNG gas station near the Salt Lake City Airport, and we can have I-15 as a natural gas corridor. We're seeing fleets that are turning over some of our trash industries are using natural gas trucks as well. So, and then in Salt Lake County, we who are not in the most sunniest part of our state, we're doing 1 megawatts worth of solar power projects, which is twice what's been done in the state so far. And it's financially feasible. It's going to really bring the state forward, I think, into the future and allow these kind of projects to be done. So I'm excited about them. I think in 20 years we can have our own buildings and homes that are energy self-sufficient by using energy efficiency and some of these other technologies that are available. It's a good question. And a great way to create jobs for our state as well.
I actually got really 2 quick ones. I understand that the people up the hill right now are stumbling over themselves to pass the laws like they did in Arizona. I'd like to know your position on that, as well as the position for civil unions for our homosexual community, both throughout the state. They are one of the biggest discriminated classes in our state, especially. I'd like to know your position on that.
Sure. So on the immigration laws, I think it's a federal issue. The state needs to do what to be the leader in this. I think we need stronger border patrols. I think we need to go after some of these companies that willingly hire people and take advantage of them. I don't think practically these kind of laws that Arizona are passing make sense. They constitutionally obviously have issues. We don't want our police department asking somebody just because they have brown skin and don't happen to have their driver's license with them, whether they're in this country legally or not. That's unconstitutional. I think also practically, I mean, I run a jail in Salt Lake County. We're already overcrowded. So where are we going to put these people that we're supposed to arrest? We don't have room in our jails, and we need those jails for dangerous criminals.
I thought they were going to send them back to Mexico.
Well, I mean, how is that? That's an issue too. How are we going to send somebody back to Mexico? When we have dangerous criminals, we call the immigration services. Sometimes they come, and sometimes they don't. And so, we need to really focus on the people who are dangerous before we focus on others. And I do think we need to make changes to our immigration policies, but the the laws in Arizona, I think, are not the way to do it.
Does that include banning ethnic studies and other classes that are taught in universities that they're trying to ban?
Sorry, I missed that.
I think they also banned ethnic studies outside of the Native Americans. I come from a Hispanic family, and I want my family to be able to do the research on their family and learn about their roots. But from what I understand, they're going to be doing ethnic study. They're going to be banning that outside of Native Americans.
I haven't. It makes no sense to me. And then in terms of civil unions, our state passed a constitutional amendment which would not allow civil unions. I think what we can do and what we've done in Salt Lake County is pass laws that say you can't discriminate against somebody based on their sexual orientation and housing and jobs. And in Salt Lake County as well, we passed a benefits ordinance allowing people of different family structures to be able to provide for their families as well. So I think that's where we focused on, and that's where I think we can focus on the state level as well. Yes, Neil. And
Thank you.
Representative Hansen is here. First of all, I should have acknowledged you.
Thank you. I wanted to say to you as well, it's nice to see you come up to Weaver County. I'm almost certain that in the 8 years that Levitt and Herbert has been in the governor's office, I don't know if they've been up to Weaver County as much as you have in the last 2 months.
Well,
So it's nice to have you up here.
Thank you. This is an important county for us. This county was traditionally Democrat and may have swayed a little bit, but I think this county is still very moderate in terms of their thinking, and so we need this county to win this election.
Very much so. But I wanted to bring to your attention too, in my legislative district, which is right here in Central City, Ogden, I have the poorest voter turnout, but also the poorest voter registration. And it's because my district is the most diverse district in the state. There's probably 20% immigrants that live in my district of all nationalities. And I was just wondering if there's a way that we can not disenfranchise those immigrants, but let's see what we can do to intertwine them into our society and get them registered to vote and let them know that they're welcome here, even though they're legal and they're immigrants. Sometimes they feel disenfranchised, that they don't speak English. But yeah, we need to reach out to them and get them into part of our culture and have them get out and vote to exercise their